It is dawn, a century before the birth of Christ. Glory to the heavenly sun god Ra. Glory to Thebes, place of Amun, god of all divine power. Here, on the banks of the great river, lie epic Luxor, meaning the most select of places, home of Amun-Ra. The complex, better known as Karnak. No sight in history makes a more overwhelming and enduring impression than the sight of these walls, gates, obelisks, and decorated blocks.
Measuring over 1,500 by 800 meters, it's a vast conglomeration of buildings, temples, chapels, and huge pylons. Construction started during the Middle Kingdom and continued for some 2,000 years up until 30 BC. The Karnak Temples are divided into three groups, of which the most significant is the Great Temple of Amun-Ra, located in the center. To the north is a group of temples dedicated to Montu, the local god of Thebes. And to the south is the group of temples dedicated to Mut, wife of Amun. Outside the grand walls and gates, residential districts stretch as far south as the Temple of Luxor. Leading from a Sphinx Avenue, through the first pylon and along the main axis of the Temple of Amun-Ra is the great courtyard of the Temple of Amun. In it lies the processional shrine of Seti II and the grand colonnade of Taharqa. The courtyard leads to the processional shrine of Ramses III with the Osirid colossi of the king. This is the only column remaining from the kiosk of Taharqa. Here, the second pylon leads to the grandest of all halls, the Hypostyle Hall. It was built by Seti I and his son Ramses II, covering around 500 square meters. The roof is supported by 134 papyrus-shaped columns arranged in 16 rows. The two central rows are taller and have tops or capitals shaped like open lotus buds. This allowed for clear-story windows, which illuminated the entire court. Today, these magnificent columns are still standing, and even remains of the roof structure, with its clear-story windows, are still visible. Leaving this awesome hall through the third pylon, one is dwarfed by the obelisks of King Thutmose III, followed by those of Queen Hatshepsut, all sheathed in gold. Out of all the obelisks, only two remain standing, whilst a segment rests nearby. Continuing along the main axis are grandiose pylons, chapels, and cult rooms adorned with magnificent reliefs, leading to the sublime festival temple of Thutmose III. One room in the temple is known as the Botanical Garden because of its representations of exotic plants, birds, and animals. Along the secondary axis are more grandiose pylons, ending at the 10th pylon. This leads to the Procession Avenue, which connected Karnak with the temples of Mut and Luxor. Beware! A mere mortal would not dare to venture through Karnak, see what you are seeing, or even glance up at the colossi of King Ramses III, his divine daughter standing firmly at his royal feet. Even today, travelers are subdued by the size and awe of these colossi, and dwarfed by the gigantic relics of the monuments they're standing within. The Temple of Khonsu is located in the southwestern corner of the enclosure and was dedicated to the moon god Khonsu, the son of Amun and Mut. It was built by Ramses III and completed by his successors. The sacred lake is a symbol of Nun, the eternal ocean. As the sun sets, a priest purifies himself with its holy water.
Praise to thee, Amun-Ra, who spoke with his mouth, and there came into being men, gods, and cattle. Filled with thy pity, our eyes behold through thee, and thy fear is upon everyone.
As for us, travelers to Upper Egypt, modern pilgrims to thou holy sites, thou charm casts a spell on us like a benediction.